in life. Skid
I
mark
just
row, yeah.
wipe really well. I make sure I'm clean. I keep wet ones and shit in the bathroom. I'm an adult.
Tonight.
Skid Mark Row.
Welcome back, gentlemen, to another exciting episode of
I
Popcorn
wonder how many times they heard that joke as a band out there.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
all the time.
Skid Mark Row.
Skid Mark Row.
But we are here and we are live.
Jealousy.
I will remember you, Skid Marks.
And while we make sure we don't have any skid marks, we're going to show you guys the intro right now.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Saturday night. You're here with us on Popcorn and Pints. It's 9 p.m. Your premiere movie podcast review. So thank you for joining us. Sturdy, what's cracking tonight?
Tonight, we're reviewing The Naked Gun and Friday. It's Saturday. It's your day off. You ain't got no job. Smoke a little weed and enjoy the fucking show. Because as soon as me and him stop talking, we're all going to start talking again. With that being said, welcome to Popcorn and Pints, people. Welcome to fucking Popcorn and Pints. Let's get ready. Let's get ready.
Let's get ready.
Ready.
Are you ready?
So we're here tonight, people. And the movies we are reviewing, The Naked Gun and Friday. Where would you gentlemen like to start?
Hey, we're actually streaming on Twitter this time.
Oh my god.
Yay! What's up, Tweet?
Is Roof.
What's up, Mama Dukes?
Mom?
It is.
Hey, Mama.
Mom's in the house. I don't know. Where you guys want to start? What do you think?
Should we start with how these movies go together? Should we get through the movies first?
I didn't even think about that.
Let's do that. Because we always forget about that anyway. So let's start with that. And since you brought it up, Chris, what's the first tie?
This I don't know, man. This is one.
I'm a little hard pressed for this one.
Got ahead of himself.
I was, but that's why I was like, should we do it now or should we wait till after we get through the reviews?
Well, I thought, see, with you saying it though, in my mind, I'm like, okay, he has something. I don't want him to forget it. Go ahead.
This one's hard pressing, man. It really is. I mean,
I don't.
Shootouts. They both have shootouts to some extent.
Kind of. Well, one's a drive-by.
One's but they fire back.
Yeah, that's true. They did. Yeah, man. I don't know. This is like
they're both tales of best friends in a fucked up situation on the worst day of their life.
Okay. So you're saying because he came back because his best friend.
Leslie Nielsen and OJ were best friends.
Yeah, that's true.
Partners and friends in this.
Yeah, and Craig and Smokey were definitely best friends.
Okay, buddy comedies.
There you go. Okay, we'll go with that because other
Even
than
though
that,
OJ
unless something changes, we come across something.
Even OJ's not really in the movie that much. But
no,
still.
he's not. It's just like they pop.
He was in it enough.
Hurt.
He was in it enough.
But
but him getting hurt is the reason. Well, yeah.
I
don't know. I tried. I went for something.
Hey, it worked.
We'll make it work.
We'll make it work. Yeah.
So
so what do you think?
You want to do Naked Gun?
Naked Gun first, guys.
We'll do that because Aaron wants us to guess his rating.
Well,
that was James's idea,
but
I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. So you guys can each give your rating and guess my rating. So,
okay.
Singing with Hell was James's idea.
Have I been yelling this whole time?
No, that's nothing new.
Cool.
Okay. So,
apologies to Chris.
It's been a while. So quick. I'm going to say 7.
Big word.
7. And Aaron, I think you gave this a, because you go negatives. I will say
that negative is bullshit.
Yeah, no, you're in the. I'm going to say you're going to be in the positive. I don't think you're going to go negative. I'm going to say you're going to give it a 4.
Okay.
So we're talking about Naked Gun, right?
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I'm giving this one a 6.5.
Huh?
I'm feeling Sturdy's going to be somewhere in the 2 range.
Ooh, even lower. Oh, I like this.
James, what did you give it again?
I gave it a 4.
You gave it a 4?
No, I gave you a 4. I gave it a 7.
7.
I gave Naked Gun an 8,
Nice.
but I'm gonna say Aaron's giving it a 3.
Okay. Now, don't lie. Don't try to change it to prove us.
I'm not gonna lie. I already have my rating typed in.
Okay.
My rating for this film is a 2.
Oh.
The Puerto Rican Chris was right. There was parts that I chuckled in that I kind of laughed at. It was mainly the parts with OJ. And
Of course.
I mean, he
Like,
flew
hanging
down
out
the damn, like...
where he's, like,
Dude, that was a
grabbing the statue's dick was kind of funny.
the
The concrete dildo.
Yeah, the concrete
beaver
dildos.
thing.
Like, that shit was kind of funny, but it was like bits and pieces of this movie that I chuckled at or laughed at.
But that's what this movie is. Like, they have a storyline, but that's not what it is. It's the back-to-back. They're like that. The jokes here and there, and
it's nonstop, just slapstick comedy. Some real fast-paced jokes that you almost miss.
Yeah.
But I will say this, because of all our Twitter followers, I noticed this. When I tweeted about watching this movie, that tweet probably had more likes than just about any other tweet that we sent out. So this is a popular movie, man.
Prominent movie, yeah.
Well,
And it's an iconic movie.
Yeah.
Hope you're watching out there in Twitter land.
And they made 3 of these things. So
Yeah, and I honestly, 1988, this was made, and I thought it was older than that when I went back.
What
to
up
watch
from
this.
Albany, Georgia?
Ah, what's up?
Nice.
Thank you for joining us.
Nice.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. We're from Albany, New York.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So shout out to Albany.
Albany's around the world.
Speaking of shout outs, and we might as well say cheers to everybody out there. What's everybody drinking tonight? I'll start off. I'm drinking a Mike's Harder strawberry, and I have a shot of Southern Comfort in here. Just regular Southern Comfort, people. Don't worry, it's not 100 proof. It's just regular.
Aaron learned.
It's really
From
good.
his mistakes.
Yeah, I wised.
I'm drinking a Hopping Nomad IPA Session Ale.
Is that can green?
Yes, can is green. Can't see it. It's magic. It's magic. It's a green can, guys.
I've got some heady topper from The Alchemist.
Ah,
Oh, someone's drinking vodka. Look at that.
What up? What up? I fucked up again though.
what happened?
I was drinking raspberry lime Trulies. I had 2 of them, but they're all gone before we even went live. Like 30 minutes before we even went live.
He did tell me this off camera, off screen. So
He's crying. It's all right.
it's okay.
So you got your H2O?
Watching the calories, keeping the flat belly. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, anyways, cheers to everybody out there. Thanks for
Cheers.
tuning in.
Oh
And
yeah.
buckle up and enjoy this. Right.
Oh.
No, man.
Let's do this.
Naked Gun is an iconic comedy movie. Leslie Nielsen was fantastic. He had amazing career. I don't remember the year he actually died.
I don't find him that funny. I think if I would have seen this movie maybe 20 years ago, I might have found it more funny. 20, 25 years ago. Lemonade and vodka. Ah, look, mom's drinking lemonade and vodka. Nice.
Nice. I haven't done
That's
that
awesome.
in a long time. Dude, I went to a
Sometimes.
concert earlier this week, and I went to get a beer. After a while of being there, they're like, "We're out of beer." I'm like, "Are you serious?"
What? Wow.
They ran out of beer. They're like, "We got liquor, but we still have liquor." I'm like, "I don't do no. I'm too far into the night to switch to liquor. Just give me a water."
What
Water.
is far into the night?
Oh, man.
Like, I don't want to be Aaron. I do not want to. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
No, but
Especially
I didn't
at home.
realize. Like, I thought this movie was older than 1988. That's what surprised me the most, actually.
I knew it was in the
I-
80s. I just didn't know
I knew,
what.
yeah, I knew it was 80s, and I loved this movie as a kid. I was born in 83, so I probably got to watch this not long after it came out, probably when it came out on cassette or something.
Honestly, like off camera, like I said, I think I seen Naked Gun 33 and a half first, then I seen these afterwards.
22 and a half? Or
It's
2
not
and a
like
half?
2 and a half.
33
like
and a third.
yeah, weird titles. It's like, yeah. So yeah, 33 and a third. And I think I believe I seen that first. If not, I seen the second one first. Then I went to like the first one, this one, then the other one. I'm not 100% sure. I just don't remember seeing this one first.
I've never seen this one ever.
Oh, I would have guessed. I could have won $1 million in that guess. It's just like I
right?
said, it's not your. I don't even know.
So
I don't even know if you ever heard of it until we said it.
It just wasn't. It's one of those things. Like I would watch even like to this from my childhood up to my adulthood. I watch anything that's put in front of me as long as I'm introduced into it. But if I never
Exactly.
hear of it, I can't fucking just. I can't just.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
I get it exactly.
So, as I suspected, Aaron didn't like this.
Yeah.
But I wonder, he's probably one of the types of people. So this movie was based on a TV show just called Police Squad. Same character, and this was just kind of a continuation of that. But the show was canceled after 6 episodes.
Wow.
But the movie, like the 3 movies they made, went on to just be like
Cult
classics.
Yeah.
Classics.
It is.
I could see the fandom behind it. I could see the cult classic things about these. I mean, just from watching the first one, I haven't seen the other 2, and I don't plan on watching them. But I can see why people enjoy it, especially if you watched it in your childhood, like from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, man. As a 10-year-old, when I probably saw this for the first time, it was probably the funniest fucking thing I've ever
That's
seen.
what I'm saying.
Because it's a comedy. So yeah, it's kind of like the stupid, not really a stupid cop, but the cop does some stupid stuff like people getting hurt. Like how many times did he crash his car in this shit?
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like it's kind of like that show Get Smart. You know that the fucking olden days, that fucking comedy cop fucking show is like
what was great about
stupidity.
What was great about the car is literally every time they show him driving the car, it ends with him hitting something.
Always, everything. He
Every
crashed
time.
into something.
And then because I love the scene where it triggers the airbag, he gets out and then the airbags keep going and knocks it into drive. And they're like, watch out. And
he's having a shootout with his own car. He's like, everybody get the license plate.
Somebody get the plate. There's an explosion. Stupid. And then he kind of has that faint realization that was his car. It's like, okay, take everyone's statements. I have to go.
Yeah, he's like, shit, I gotta get out of here. Yeah, it's just it's like that type of comedy, man.
Yeah,
I'm thinking back to us playing fucking like baseball and shit and just doing the same shit. And now I'm thinking, yo, this is where we got this stupid shit from. This is literally where we got this stupid shit from. Like,
he started feeding off the crowd. He's like, yeah, I'm doing a great job.
All right. That was awesome, man.
I'm staying strike before they even throw the ball. He's like,
agreed with that. Old school movies are definitely the best of any.
That like it's a weird transition. Like the first 2/3 of this movie is kind of like a goofy cop movie, and then it transitions into like a sports movie almost. But I do love the umpire scenes where people start cheering when he's making the calls, and then he starts his dance.
Yeah, he started getting into it. Then he got to stall the fucking game. He's sitting there like playing pickle, and it's like a whole bunch of crazy shit. I'm like, what the?
Like, you won't believe it, but now the umpires have the player
getting in a fight with the other fucking umpires.
He's kicking out the umpires. I think one of my favorite scenes is after they have that press conference and they announce the Queen is coming, but he still has his microphone on when he goes to the bathroom.
The like fucking 10-minute long piss.
I was fucking dying, and I was already thinking of R. Kelly that whole time. I was thinking of him just one of his songs playing, "Piss in the Name of Love," and he's just peeing on somebody.
Then they show him he's like on his wall, and he's just like shaking back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah. Just
the one part where he just puts his arms behind his head. It's like,
goddamn, it's just so stupid. Fucking a mile long. Every single family photo unfolds,
and then farts at the end, of course. And I was just like, "This is just ridiculous."
I mean, that just happens sometimes.
Yeah, things happen,
But what's great about this movie is it commits to the jokes, man. You have to commit to them if you want to pull them off, and I feel like this movie does. Aaron, you didn't like it. I want to hear the parts that you did like, though. Was there something else other than like the
OJ
scene and OJ? First off, OJ flying over the banner, the railing at the end was a fantastic way to end the movie.
Yeah, pretty close.
That is pretty true.
He is like Mr. Bean.
But Mr. Bean as a cop.
The negotiation with the guy for information, he ends up getting paid and telling the guy he's a cop, and he's like, wait, what? Like,
so stupid.
What did you like, Aaron?
Not much. Like, just there's a couple parts that we mentioned that I chuckled at or laughed at. Other than that, it was just like, And I wanted to like it so bad. Like I tried my best. That's why I had a drink and smoked earlier, around like 10 this morning, just to really try to enjoy this movie. And it just, so
It's just not your thing. Like like I said, we had a couple movies where I started knowing your style, and when it comes to these styles like this, you're not into slapstick shit. Like if you didn't think like Waterboy was that funny, I was like, oh, he's not getting like this one.
No.
Yeah, I
You
feel
know
like
what I'm saying?
okay. So with Waterboy, I felt like it was definitely funnier than this, but I feel like with Waterboy, I just outgrew that comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is with that one. That's why I gave it like a 6, I believe, a 5 or a 6.
We can go into a whole other conversation if that's outgrown or Adam Sandler just hit the peak and went downhill. But yes,
It could be a little bit of both though, because it could be Adam Sandler being Adam Sandler in every single fucking movie, and like the first 3 are like, oh, this is fucking hilarious, and the next 3 are just like, okay, and the last one you're just like, all right, we get it. You're fucking extra loud in the scene. You're yelling. You're in love. You're desperate. It's all like all these emotions and funny and sad and happy all at the same time. And yeah.
One of my favorite lines in this movie though is the nice beaver
line. Oh yeah.
Yes, that was another good.
That was brilliant fucking joke.
Yeah.
Where she's up on the ladder and he looks up, nice beaver, and then she hands him the taxidermied beaver. Thanks, I just had his stuff. That was fucking brilliant joke.
That was brilliant.
Because you knew something was coming. He's not just going to say that. You know, because that style of this movie is the comedy. They say something, but then there's something at the end. We'll finish it where it'll make sense. Where it don't make it that messed up. Like when she handed the beaver, you're like, but you know in your head it's really
like what
you know when he's talking. He's looking up the dress like nice.
Like
beaver.
how hard? I can't imagine how hard it was to just play those lines off and not crack up or smile or something. Just
I say that all the time. I don't know. I won't be able to do it. Like I'll be dying just because I also like one of my favorite things is when people the bloopers. Like when you see the one person trying to hold in a laugh, that makes me laugh.
Yes.
Like it's not even a joke. I see their faces, they're holding it so bad, they're trying, they're turning red and shit. I start laughing because I know he's about to burst.
Well, I mentioned it with Beverly Hills Cop in that super cop scene where Eddie Murphy's giving that speech next to the 2 guys there. The one guy's literally holding his face like this. You think it's because he's angry. It's because he's trying not to laugh.
Yeah, see, I'll be dying because I'll be seeing him do that and I'll be laughing my ass off next to him.
That's what would hurt me too, because you guys already know I laugh at damn near every fucking thing. If it's funny, I'm fucking laughing my fucking.
What about the full body condom?
That
what
was
about
funny
what
too.
you said?
Where he goes, we practice safe sex.
Yes.
And they're like the giant condoms.
I think I gave that a little chuckle. I think I gave it.
You know what it is? It's like that. It's like that's like a kid's joke funny.
Yeah.
Like to make little kids laugh like that. You're like, what the fuck? Like
maybe teens to preteens.
Yeah, preteens, like younger. Yeah, that's what I mean by kids. I don't mean like 5-year-olds.
No, I know.
Because I'm old as shit. When I say kids, that's what I'm saying.
We're the older generation now.
Yeah, I know. When I say kids, that's anyone that's like from 29 and down. You're a kid. I'm sorry.
I don't know about that. I'll go like.
I'm thinking 25 and down.
Yeah, 25 and down. Like, yeah, you're a kid.
I'll give it that. I'll give it 25 and down.
So, there's one scene where like the main villain is talking to the one guy, telling him his plan about assassins. Did anybody catch that his name was actually Mr. Papsmear?
No,
yes.
The character was named Mr. Papsmear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez.
Mr. Papsmear.
The car chase with the teen driver.
That was
Please extend your hand slowly.
Now lift your finger.
Extend your middle
finger.
That was
good job. Like, okay.
That was
that
funny.
whole scene was great. And the guy, of course, hits the gas tanker. Then there's an explosion. He's riding the missile next into the fireworks stand.
Yeah.
Yes. R.I.P. Debo.
Yeah, tiny.
There's a lot of that cast. You can say just R.I.P. to a lot of the cast from Friday because
half of them are dead. Yeah,
in the past few years, a lot of them.
What else did I love? I love we talked about the statues where he's out on the ledge.
I was dying in that part.
I'm like,
as soon as they said the concrete dildo, I dying.
Like I wasn't expecting that line specifically or that reference for
Me
them to
either.
actually
That's what
use
I'm
the
saying.
word dildo or something like
Me
that.
either. That's why
Like, it's a
me off.
goofy ass movie, but that seems like towing the line for it.
I mean, the whole scene made me laugh. Like when he was grabbing like the whole on, then it showed the statue, like it started smiling, then it went up.
The second he steps out on that ledge and you see that the statues have dicks,
yeah,
you know he's going to end up grabbing them.
Yeah.
or something.
Oh, that's funny.
What made it funny about grabbing them is when he's like feeling across the building and shit, and he grabs the one lady's titties, and she kicks him, and then he like falls, and then he grabs the dick, and it looks like he's pulling it up, trying to suck it, and,
And it
rotates
rotates
and
it's
it's like,
pointing up.
he's like this. Yeah.
Yep, and she starts screaming. I was just like, wow,
this
is ridiculous.
Well, did you like? I also started cracking up in like what was supposed to be the serious scene where the judge or whoever it is yelling at him, telling him he shot 5 people in the park. He's like, when I see people dressed up as so-and-so attacking someone, I'm going to shoot them. They were Shakespearean actors performing a play.
Dummies. Yes. I remember that. I remember that.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't
man.
know. I'm just.
I laughed all the way through this, man.
Me too. I did too, because I still like this kind of style.
Yeah, it was great when he tackles the queen and she goes sliding down the table. That was fun.
And it's like different positions. Like he was like missionary, then it ended up like her turning like one stage, like the picture. Like he was like doing it all different styles and shit. It was funny. And that was really her, right? She was in the movie. Was that her? Or did I read that wrong? That wasn't her? Okay.
No.
Some reason I thought someone I read somewhere that that was a real appearance, but I guess not.
No, that definitely was not really her.
Because I don't know what she looked like when she was younger. Because that was 80s. I'm like, right now she's like,
Yeah, that was just like a double.
Fucking 125 or something.
125.
97. She's old, man. She's almost 100.
She is,
she's
man.
like 97.
It's pretty surprising she's still alive.
Well, I heard she got in the hospital, so people were worried.
Of course, the scene with the cufflink darts where he hits the heavyset woman who falls onto the baseball player. At the end there. That was great.
Controlled by the watch, mind controlled or whatever.
Yeah. The thing that was corny about that, like the mind control, like on Reggie Jackson, they made him like walk like a robot. Like you can walk normally. Why you gotta act like a robot? I didn't get that part. Maybe they did it on purpose to make it look.
They definitely did just to make it sillier and stupid.
Yeah, but he was like, God, to kill the queen. He's like walking like a robot and shit. Like, yo, this shit turned you into a robot. But the girl acted normal. She put the gun up and she was like, I gotta kill Frank. Well, I forgot his last name. Frank.
It was so 80s for that. Like the way that happened was so 80s. Like this is just what we do around this time anyway. So,
but then he broke the spell. By love.
Yes.
I love you, Jim.
I mean,
love conquers all.
Yeah, security check on the old lady. Like, you just got to understand some of this stuff would never work in our time now. So it's like, and plus people that had the opportunity to go, listen, this would never work in real life. We're not going to do this. So let's do this in film and have fun with it.
Exactly.
So it's like, yeah, you know what? I'm bringing my shit up, man. But yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's just one of those relaxed fucking, like I said, it's like that slapstick, man. You got to pay because it's like joke after joke, like the shit he says or the things they do. Like the fucking battling with the fish.
The pen.
Yeah, like the pen, you can't break that, but somehow he broke it and flew in the fucking water in the tank.
Well, only water destroys the pen.
Yeah, it landed there and it destroys.
Fighting with the fighting fish.
Then the fish gets stabbed, so now he broke that thing and killed the fucking fish.
Yep.
And he's soaked with water. When he hands it back, a whole pile of water comes out of his sleeve. Hits the guy. It's just like ridiculous stuff, man. It's so silly.
What about the opening there and the organization that he beats up, like all the most well-known American villains, like Gorbachev, Yasser Arafat, and
like he's the. At first, I forgot about that part when I first started the movie.
That part I remembered as soon as I started it.
I thought I had the wrong movie on because I'm like, what the fuck is this? This don't look right. Then so I'm watching. Then I see. Okay, I got it. I started getting it when it started going, but when it first clicked on, I thought I had the wrong movie.
So that scene, That scene was actually written as a nod to James Bond and the Spectre, the
Okay.
James
see
Bond, the terrorist organization in one of the Bond
Yeah.
films. That was a
Nah,
James
it's-
Bond nod. Like a lot of this was written as like basically a love letter to all kinds of movies and shit like that.
I can see
I
that. That's
didn't
a
jot down
yeah.
everything, but
That's another thing about these movies. They're like the slapstick, and they'll reference different shit. Like I said, I was getting like Get Smart vibe, like the fucking cop, the dumb cop doing stupid shit.
you can get him. Yeah, you can see
Everything.
Get Smart in this. You can see Mr. Bean, like the one
Mr.
person
Bean,
commented.
Mhm.
Bo Derek was actually the first choice for the Jane character, but
Okay.
that's Priscilla Presley that's playing it.
Yeah.
it's being that it's the cops having a bad day, like it's his worst day ever. If this is him every day, could you imagine how his good days look? Like, if this is a bad day, like how good are the good days really though? Because you got shit luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like part of this thing where they're like, you got 24 hours or something like that. And he ends up going with Jane and having a date like in the house. I'm like, aren't you shouldn't be working? You only got 24 hours. What the fuck is
No,
going
that
on?
seems nonsensical as opposed to it's just the timeline for the actual story in the movie. But like, I also read all the baseball stuff was done. So all that baseball scenes were recorded first because they were using Dodger Stadium and they had to get it done before the season started.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes sense.
So they filmed to the end of the movie before they even got to the start of it.
Nice.
Makes sense.
Hmm.
I don't know, man. I really enjoyed this movie. It was
I
fun to
did
watch
too.
after
It's been a
however
long
many
time.
years I haven't seen it.
So exactly. So long since I've seen this. It brings back memories. I was like,
I tried to enjoy it
we know, Aaron.
somewhat.
I know we get it.
We get it, man. It's not your thing. Like,
had I seen it 20 years ago, let's say 20, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, maybe even 20 years ago,
No.
I
I
don't
may
know.
have liked it a little bit better.
What?
Did you like slapstick comedy?
Yeah,
As a
it
kid?
lasts the test of time.
Yeah, slapstick is like if you like it, it shouldn't go away. Kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a style. It's like a lot of people don't get it, honestly. Like a lot of people hate like Monty Python shit.
Oh yeah.
But that is just so silly. Like
Mm.
I enjoy the stupidity shit. Like so I
To
connect
an
with them
extent.
more.
The hospital
Yeah.
scenes with OJ were great.
Yeah, the sandwich like it folds up in half and
Or even right at the beginning where he's getting shot, but he keeps
the over dramatic
stumbling
shit.
around
Yeah.
and hitting all kind, like burning his hand on a pipe instead, falling in a cake, getting his hand shut in a window.
Yeah. He's just going around the whole room, just hitting other shit.
Yep.
Bumping into shit.
That was
And then when he's laying in the bed and Frank is in the room talking about the ways he'd want to be killed instead, want to go, and his OJ's wife is there just crying.
crying, listen to him. Like basically saying he's not gonna make it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Making it worse and worse and worse.
And then I told you, man, that scene at the very end of Frank pushing him in his wheelchair and him going down the stairs and then just going flying.
Like a spring. That was a
it's like
fucking just launched the
burnt
fucking
into my
dummy.
brain. I remembered that and I was waiting for it the entire movie.
Yep.
The juice was loose.
The juice is loose. Oh man.
Super fucking loose that night.
This is a classic though. I recommend people.
It
go
is.
see
I
this one.
highly recommend it. I stick with my 8, by the way.
Yeah, I'm raising mine to a 7.5, a full point.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go 7.5 now too.
All right, so I changed you guys both to a 7.5. I'm sticking with my 2, and I'm not sorry for it.
No, we get it.
We get it.
Something else will get me, guys. Don't worry. I loved Porky's. That was fucking hilarious.
That I'll give you credit. I'm shocked. You know what? That's not slap. That's like filth comedy.
Yeah,
raunchy comedy.
That's raunchy comedy.
Uh oh.
Cheese and crackers or OG?
Is it OG?
OG.
It's gonna be OG.
again.
Come on, Deadpool.
Howard the Duck.
Howard the Duck.
OG, that was a close one.
Oh, I saw a post about Howard the Duck a couple times this week. It might be Howard the Duck.
It was a sign. I don't know if that's on this though. That might be on the 80s wheel.
Oh, it might be actually.
You guys can't do that to me.
Deadpool.
Mortal
Oh,
Kombat.
Howard the Duck
there
is
it
on there.
It's right there. The arrow's right on it.
First spin. Remember, somebody please send this to the group chat.
Oh yeah, Bloodsport's on here too. Damn.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of good ones on this one.
There's a lot of bad ones too.
Yes, that's true.
This is like a mixed bag of
Street Fighter?
Nope.
Terminator.
Terminator
Jay
2.
and Silent Bob.
Oh, fuck.
Oh,
It's
boy.
right between Mortal Kombat. Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob.
Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Aaron, did you ever see this?
Yes.
Well, at least it's Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. It was better
Fuck,
than.
fuck. Motherfucker.
I'm excited. I like that movie.
Put that money in my hand. Oh shit. Yo, I when this first came out, I couldn't wait because I watched like the Clerks and shit. And
Oh yeah, man.
I was like, I couldn't wait for this one.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Awesome.
That was the first movie. Right?
Look at it, just sitting on Howard the Duck like that.
Yeah, that was the first movie.
Clerks was the first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just say that really quick.
Yeah, Clerks and Clerks 2. There was Mall Rats that they were in, I think.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. You guys ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Spin it.
Here we go.
And please send this one to the group chat as well.
Revenge of the Nerds is on here?
Yeah.
We got some crazy shit on here.
We did, because this was the original wheel, like before we even decided to do the extra wheels.
This was like the 40
This
movies.
is not getting back to Deadpool.
The Last Dragon?
Willow?
Oh, I wish.
What the fuck?
What is that?
I don't know.
Incinerators or
Fucking Ibrahim?
This is Ibrahim. Definitely. I never heard of this shit in my life.
It's Ibrahim, for sure.
I have no idea what the fuck this shit is about.
No
Gotta be
idea.
a award
That guy-
nominee.
That looks like a vertically challenged person, though.
Oh, boy. All right.
Okay.
Well,
Interesting.
I
Interesting
forgot the name
combo.
already.
Incendies? Incendies?
INCENDIES.
Incendies?
Something like that.
You know, shoot Ibrahim a message and tell him he better be on the show then, since it's his.
oh,
movie.
heard. Like, come on, Ibrahim. You got to tune in for that. You got to be on this next
It's
one.
your movie, man.
Yeah. So,
Yup, it's Incendies. 2010? Is this the right one? Hold on.
I think so. Final thoughts on The Naked Gun, gentlemen? Final
Love
ratings,
it.
final thoughts?
Recommend it.
Recommend
Give
it.
it an 8.
Definitely. Definitely.
Great Sunday afternoon. Just want to watch something stupid and funny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Stupidity. I never want to see it again, so yeah. But it wasn't a negative. Like it didn't deserve a negative rating. I'll give it that. I'll stick with my 2. It was tough. I wanted to give it like a 3 or a 4, but it just
Think of some of the horror movies we watched last week that you gave it 2.
It's different though. Different genre. It's just different. The way my ratings are just weird and different.
Just like
what's
Aaron.
crazy? What makes Aaron laugh like so easily? You would think everything will make him laugh. Like all these movies, he'd be like, not. He has a taste, you know. Everybody does. Everybody has styles.
Like when you see me laughing in person or like laughing it's because it's in person, like conversation, like face to face. So it's way funnier, of course, than something you see or hear or watch on like a movie or a YouTube channel or whatever. Like when you're involved in it, that's fucking hilarious. I don't care if it's just you reading something funny. That's fucking hilarious in person. And you see how I react. I can't help my fucking self, high or not. I just laugh my fucking ass off like a child.
Everybody want to guess what Aaron's going to get this one?
Go ahead.
All right, Jake, big worm.
All right, I'll do it. Big worm in the house. I'm going to get. I like this movie. It's
Big
like
perm.
it's another thing. It's funny through the whole thing. So I'm going to get this one an 8.
Okay.
And Aaron, I'm going to say it's a 10.
Okay. Puerto Rican, Chris?
I love Friday. On Friday in a couple different formats. I went to the OG DVD for this one to watch it.
Nice.
I'm going with a 8 on this one.
Okay.
And I'm thinking Sturdy's going to say it gets the Sturdy approval. It's a 9.
I know.
I match up with Puerto Rican Chris on this one. I was gonna give this an 8, and I was gonna guess Sturdy a 9.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, my mom said 8 for Sturdy.
Oh, shit.
James, you were right.
I know I was right. I know.
This is a 10 for me. Like, this is such a fucking
That doesn't shock me, even though I said 9.
an amazing classic. Like, I just every time I watch this movie, I damn near remember like one of the first times I watched it, or just watching it growing up as a kid, and just remembering how funny I thought this shit was, and not even understanding everything about everything, like about weed and all that. I didn't know what weed was when I first seen this movie. And then once you learn about all that stuff, and then once you start smoking weed too, it makes it even funnier because you can really relate to certain shit. And I'm just like, yo, this shit holds the fuck up. It might even be better than what it was back in the day because you understand. Again, I understand it more in my adulthood than I did watching it as a child. So I'm just like, oh, this is fucking hilarious. It's legendary. And then you see how many careers like came off of this, like how many people were tied to this film that ended up having huge career, like really huge careers, which is another awesome thing about this.
I agree with you. This movie I thought both of these holds up, but
Yeah.
Naked Gun and Friday holds up for sure. What's crazy about Friday is just the crossover appeal. Because black, white, anybody of any race that has seen this movie just fucking loves it.
You know what it is though? You know what I think it is because it shows like the ghetto shit that can happen, but it shows it in such a funny, comedic, beautiful way that it's not scary.
What's interesting about that, what's crazy about that or interesting, as I was reading up on the movie, so when Ice Cube was going to write this movie with DJ Pooh, as he goes by, the guy that plays Red in the movie that gets punched by Devo.
Got a super uppercut and launches him across the fucking...
The other UPS guy where he rips off his chain.
Yeah.
So that guy is DJ Pooh. Him and Ice Cube wrote this movie. In fact, he was originally going to play Smokey when they were writing this movie. But the studio insisted they actually hire an actor, comedian to play Smokey. And then they settled on Chris Tucker.
Makes sense.
Chris Rock and Tommy Davidson were considered, but they went with Chris Tucker.
I can see that.
Tommy Davidson, I could see 100%. Just the style of his, like loud and animated.
Yep. But they like
Chris Rock
Tucker.
is more like a serious.
But he is loud and animated as well. But I feel like Chris Tucker was the perfect.
At the time, Chris Rock could have been really animated running around the show.
Yeah, but this movie made Chris Tucker for sure. You can't imagine anybody else in this role now.
Oh, hell no.
Nah.
But what was I saying? So when they were writing this movie, Ice Cube and DJ Pooh, they're watching all these other movies that, you know, portray the hood and the violence, some of which, one or two that, of course, Ice Cube was even in. But they wrote this intentionally to show a light-hearted nature and just the jokes of the hood and stuff like that. So, like, they went into it with the intention to make this lighthearted like that. They didn't want to show the violence and shit like that. And I sent this in a group text. I didn't know how this would impact you. They basically modeled this after Clerks.
I did not know that. That's
the movie that came out a year before this.
I remember when you
said when you think about it, it's two guys doing nothing.
Doing nothing, hanging outside in the front porch, like just sitting out front. Clerks is like they do nothing. They sit in the fucking store or they sit outside in the front. Oh, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
That would have been such a better lineup for us to have to review Clerks and Friday back to back. Like on
that would
have been a better.
But I read that. I'm like, that blew my mind. I'm like, holy fuck, that makes this movie fucking right on the nail.
Yeah.
When I say that, like, okay.
And that's how it was when I was younger. Like my Pleasant area, Schenectady, grew up my life. It's not the best neighborhood, you know. And that's what me and my friends did. We do today. We went and sat out front and just people watched, people driving by, neighbors, like, oh shit,
yeah.
what are they doing across the street? Like looking, that scene made me laugh my ass off.
I don't think growing up there isn't anyone that sat outside just watching people and fucking
Yeah,
cars
you just
go
chill
by or
out.
anything
That's why
like
you're
that.
yeah, you get a familiar like you're like, oh
used to do
shit,
that
I used to do
sometimes.
that shit. Yeah. But the movie's just funny. It's all the way through. Like that scene with the fucking wife. They're like, you're checking her out. She's doing it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Then the fucking husband comes.
What's
I forgot his name. He was in a lot of shit. I think he was even on fucking Married Children.
Bernie Mac?
No,
The small the
yeah, the little guy.
I don't know the actual
He's in
actor's name.
Yeah,
He's
I
in a
forgot
lot
his name.
of shit. He's in a lot
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah, he's
He's in a lot.
super familiar looking.
He was-
What else is crazy when it came to the filming of this? I was reading like this. They filmed this shit literally in the hood, like the director's street that he grew up on. These are the houses. These are where he grew up. Everyone in the cast and crew were warned, don't wear the color red because they were
Oh
in
shit!
Crips
Empire
territory or
Nation.
Oh, his blood.
Yep.
Red's
or
blood.
blood. Right, whoever wears blue, that's the territory they were in. Like, if you show up wearing anything red, don't do it.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. That's
No.
nuts. I mean, I get it. It's crazy though, because you wouldn't think about it like that, like not being involved in that type of lifestyle, or not even knowing about that lifestyle. Like, I'm just doing a movie. Like, why does this matter? And you're like, oh, motherfucker, it matters.
Like,
It
whether
matters,
yeah, if it was authenticity or what, that's where they filmed it. But they're like, yeah, don't wear red.
Yeah, if you're gonna do this kind of shit, just film this in a studio safe in Hollywood. Have a studio, pretend you're in the neighborhood, and wear whatever colors you want. Be smart, because these guys they don't play. They don't. This isn't acting.
Yeah.
This is life. This is life.
Yeah, even if it's a fucking movie, man, you never know.
But yeah, this is such a great hood classic
That red
comedy.
be like, cuz.
Classic comedy, like you said, Chris. It's across the board, black, white, Spanish. Like anybody watches this film and just enjoys.
Not a single white person in this movie.
Well, you know.
No, that's true.
We can't win them all, James.
No, we can't. It's all right.
But like
Makes
but no joke. I say that jokingly, but it's literally not even something you think about when you're watching this movie.
No, you don't. Like, yeah, I don't sit there and go, wait a minute.
Just because of how great the story is and just the interaction with the actors and stuff like that.
And it's such a simple story, but it just worked. Like, it hit on every fucking thing it had to hit on. It hit on everything it had to hit on. Told a story. It was simple, but it told a story. Had a lot of fucking laughs in it, and then had like a happy ending, and just a funny / happy ending.
So you had need a plan to figure out how to get $200 before they get killed. You had a bully that goes up down the street, Debo, on a bike like he's a fucking teenage bully, but he's like a fucking full-grown man. Huge
monster of a man.
Mm-hmm.
That uppercut, man, that gets me every time. He's like, oh, your bike. He walks over. He goes, bam, and the motherfucker just launches in the air across the ground. His father came out of the car like a bitch.
He just goes to the board.
What was the sci-fi movie we watched? What was the sci-fi movie we watched? Was it Fifth Element, where he's the president or something?
Yeah.
Sucker.
Yep. Fifth Element. Oh man.
Too bad Friday and the Fifth Element didn't line up.
That's another two. Yeah.
There you go.
Also, I think he was in No Holds Bars, right? With Hulk Hogan. Was that Debo? Tiny?
Yeah.
He played Zeus, right?
Yeah. Because then they WrestleMania as well.
Oh, that usually happens when a wrestler does a movie. They usually bring that other star to wrestling.
Some sort of,
like Mr. T did.
Oh, it's probably in the contracts or something.
Probably, yeah. I'm sure they made a deal like, yo, we'll have Hulk Hogan here if we can have your dude come to wrestling.
Here's the check. Here's the check.
Okay. Wrestling, wow, man. They had so many. They had Rodman, fucking everybody.
It was wild.
Well,
just some other crazy facts before we talk more about like our favorite scenes and shit. So this was the third script Ice Cube had ever written. The first two movies went nowhere. This was his third script. They weren't sure they were going to get funding. And part of the condition to get the funding was they had to hire an actual comedian actor, which was ended up being Chris Tucker, to be in the movie. which worked out. But this is the director's very first directorial debut movie.
Okay.
Wow.
Like he only did music videos before this. He did some music videos for Ice Cube, so Ice Cube hired him to direct the movie. And like, can you imagine your first movie you ever direct being literally a cult classic that lives on for years?
Yeah, it's insane.
Mm.
Now I wonder what his other two were. Does it say were they comedies too,
Oh, yeah.
or were they more like serious?
I don't know. I couldn't find anything on those.
Huh.
But think about that. Like the director, Gary, I think was his name. You have a rapper that's literally known for like hardcore gangster rap, a super tough guy image. He comes to you with the script for a comedy movie.
Yeah.
You're like,
crazy.
what the fuck?
Yeah. But I mean, to be your directorial debut and it ends up being a fucking classic. That's amazing.
That is, man.
Like
Yep.
a classic to where I'll say anybody from our age range and older enjoys this fucking film and knows this fucking film. Some younger as well, of course, but definitely from our age range and older. I'll even drop down and say 30 and up. Know this film.
Yeah.
Our generation, definitely, yeah.
Well, this came out in '95, so I was 12.
Yeah, I would say
I was 10.
40.
Yeah, I was 12. I was like
So
12.
I doubt I saw it I doubt my parents let me go see this in theater, so I probably had to wait.
No, I seen it at home. I didn't see no theaters. It was at home. I think it was rented on. I don't know if it was if they had pay-per-view at the time or it was a cassette tape, like a
When did it
VHS.
come out? 95?
95. So I probably got to rent it. I probably rented the VHS, and my parents didn't know what it was.
I think that's how I watched it too. I think someone, I don't know if I personally did. It might have been a friend or my uncle or somebody rented it and I watched it.
For me, it was definitely one of my older cousins. I was old enough to get it and rent it, and like, yeah, you can watch this with us, Aaron. I know that's.
But so according to Ice Cube, a lot of the film is actually autobiographical. A lot of it was based on the events that occurred in the neighborhood growing up. Smokey was based on DJ Pooh's stint as an actual drug dealer. So the guy that plays Red was an actual drug dealer at one point. Craig was. Craig being fired on his day off was actually based on Ice Cube's cousin, who was working for UPS and got fired.
Nice. That's funny.
You're fired.
So it was inspired by real events. So
and
there's honestly a lot of authenticity to this movie.
And I think that joke is going around again. There's like going out because something going out with Ice Cube now, where they made the joke and someone said you got fired on your day off.
Yeah, he didn't want. That was a vaccine mandate he refuses to do, or something for like a new movie.
Yeah, so they're joking about the Friday thing. They're saying you got fired on your day off
again.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that.
Stealing boxes. You trying to build a
I did not see this movie when it first came out. I'm thinking about the first time I saw it. It was probably 7 years later. So I was.
See, that's how good it was. Like
in that range,
it still came across. You know what I'm saying? You still came across.
And look, we talking about it now. How many years ago?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we're coming up on. I mean, we're closing in on 20 years at least, but and we're still talking. This movie holds up, man. You could show this to somebody now that hasn't seen it, and they definitely fucking laugh at some point.
They can kind of relate to, because this is a movie where I feel like from any type of genre, especially if you're smokers, you can kind of relate. Not the same exact story, but it's kind of like sitting down and just talking shit with your friend, and then maybe something random of course not this extreme, but something random happens throughout that whole fucking day, and you're just like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's like a memorable day. Like, yo, Friday. Remember what happened on Friday?
Yeah, remember when fucking.
I had no days, like I said. I got in a bar fight. That's a Friday.
Remember that one time? That's what the story.
One time, exactly. You remember that one fucking time?
This probably doesn't come as a surprise. A lot of the lines were improvised in the movie, particularly Chris Tucker.
Nice.
Of course, the comedian. Yeah, gotta let them have shit.
You have to. I mean, for stuff like that, especially for a comedy, you almost have to. Maybe even for dramas as well, if they're involved, because they're quick on their feet with that shit.
In listening to the Scrubs podcast and getting a lot of like behind the scenes info on like making a TV show, I feel like rings true for a lot of stuff where you get the scene as written. Hopefully you get that in a very short amount of time. Mm-hmm. And if you're with a good director and you have everything set up this way, you have extra time, just keep filming the scene over and over and let the actors say whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
That's how
that's how I would do it, honestly. If I got a comedian,
that's how you come up with a lot of that shit.
Yeah,
you just let shit.
If you have the time,
organic, you want original, then let me
get
flow.
it. The key is to get it as written as quickly as possible. This way, you can play around with the lines and stuff.
Yeah, you know that.
Yeah,
He's
Chris
awesome
Tucker's great in everything he's in. He's just so extreme and ridiculous that
and it's not to an annoyance. Like it works with whatever role you see him in. For some, it just works perfect for that fucking role, and it's always hilarious.
So
always, like,
here's a crazy fact I also didn't know. Uncredited theatrical movie debut of Michael Clark Duncan.
Yes.
The scene where they're playing craps right before that uppercut, Michael Clark Duncan is one of those kids.
Yeah.
He actually, Devo asks him to hold either the dice or hold his money.
He said money. He said, here, hold this. Hold my money.
And he gives it to Michael Clark Duncan, which was another fucking diesel-ass dude. Rest in peace to him as well.
Big as, like, fucking huge dudes.
Yeah.
Well,
and
another one, rest in peace.
Yes.
Last crazy fact I have related to James going with Big Worm there. The scene where Smokey runs up to the ice cream truck and he says, "What's up, Big Perm?" Oh, I mean, Big Worm. That was a goof. That was a blooper they kept in the movie.
Nice. It makes sense because you think he's like cracking on him because he had a perm. Like, what's up, Big Perm? I mean, he didn't. He want to get his ass kicked, so he's like, Big Worm. No.
I think that's why they kept it because it works so well for that.
It works fantastic. Perfect. I love when that happens. When I read that something was a blooper they kept in the movie, that's fucking hysterical.
Oh yeah, when it works, and it worked with this one. Definitely worked with this one.
Yeah. Some favorite scenes. I think we should go around and talk some favorite scenes. I love when the father is taking a shit and he calls Ice Cube into the bathroom.
Hilarious.
Like, I smelled your shit for however many years. You can smell mine for 5 minutes.
That scene right there is iconic. I think they have, even in the second movie, there's a scene of him in the bathroom shitting. Like, okay, you got to have the shitting scene, man. You're known for the shitting scene.
Yeah.
Don't go in there for 35, 45 minutes. That
is this where that fucking Bye Felicia thing came
Bye Felicia, I think so. Yeah, Bye Felicia.
Bye Felicia came from was Friday.
Yeah.
So just think about that. People say that shit, like kids say that shit. Don't even know.
That was a meme in 2008, 2009, maybe, right?
Even at our job, there was people in my aisle. They're going like, "Bye Felicia," and a lot of people are like just going with it, but they didn't ask what it's from.
They don't. A lot of people don't know.
They just think it's funny. They're like, "Bye Felicia." Yeah, that's funny. They don't fucking.
I didn't remember it when I started hearing it.
I knew exactly.
What the fuck is that even from?
Friday. I knew exactly, but it was one of those films I've seen so fucking much.
But again, that also, I mean, I guess that speaks to the lasting power of the film again, of course, because I feel like that didn't even start happening.
And the thing is that scene right there, you didn't think it was that impactful.
No,
like they're like just telling her to get out of here. Bye, Felicia, and that's it. And people took that like, yo, we're gonna say this shit. Bye, Felicia, to everybody. Bye, Felicia.
I wonder who was the one to make it go.
I don't know, man. But that girl was wigged out though. Like,
oh crap!
No, I don't know if it means like how people are saying it now. Like, yo, this bitch is crazy. Bye, Felicia. It's when someone's acting crazy leaving.
They're just saying it to just say bye, Felicia, just to say bye to that person, but to try to sound like cool or
it's usually like if you have like a problem with the person, though. I know this. Yeah, like if someone's like arguing, the person's walking away, you're like, bye, Felicia.
But what I'm saying though, James, is like if a girl
you can't get to me, bye, Felicia. I ain't got time for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, but if you're walking away from me, I'm not gonna say bye, Felicia, for no reason.
You are dismissed.
Probably roll her eyes.
Yeah.
Four guys arguing about the origin of bye, Felicia.
What he just did.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a scene that I really liked.
Dude, just Miss Parker watering the dirt.
Yes, man. That part was funny. Like I said, that whole scene, like, oh, there you go, Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac coming in, going to the house. You hearing about Mr. Parker, dude, if you haven't seen the movie, not knowing that when her husband comes home, it's a little person, how fucking hilarious.
And Bernie Mac takes off afraid. This little motherfuckers chase him. I was dying.
There was a brick through the window.
That shit was hilarious. Like,
that was awesome.
Dude, and I'll never, probably as long as I live, I'll never forget the line where Chris Tucker
That was a hilarious line.
When he's gone, I'm gonna start talking again. When Chris Tucker's talking about Debo's mind.
But when he leaves, I start talking again. That scene, at the scene where Debo gets Chris Tucker to go steal, break into the dude's house and steal shit, when he's talking shit behind Debo's, like mouthing shit, and Debo looks back and he's just like looking around.
Everybody did that at one point.
At one point, he hugs him.
Yeah.
But one of the lines that I'll never forget until the day I die is just where Chris Tucker stands over either Debo or Red after they got hit. He goes, "You got knocked the fuck out."
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget that line.
Yeah, it was Debo's when Craig beat him at the end.
He does it twice, man. He does it when.
He does do it twice. You're right.
And he does it when Debo gets knocked out.
Yeah. Says it in the Chris Tucker way.
Yeah. That's just for some reason a line you'll never forget after you watch this movie.
One of my favorite characters is that fucking crackhead, man. I watched his car.
Ezel.
That motherfucker had me rolling, man.
Rest in peace.
And you know what he did? That made me laugh too. That scene. This scene stands out for me. So when Smokey had the shit,
that's where
he ended up shitting on the side of the house, and the dude was like, "Yo, don't say nothing." He's like, "I got you." And this is what a friend would do. They walk up like, "Yo, Chris is taking a shit." Just rats him out automatically, like in 2 seconds.
Yeah, clean up for $2 or some shit.
Yeah, what's up with $2? Everybody was like, "Yo, you got $2?" Like that was the main thing. You got $2.
I mean, you got to back in the '80s, $2 went a long fucking way.
95.
Well, not that long way, but yeah, it's a long way. You got you get like a drink and a snack and shit. Yeah, crackhead.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You get drinks and snacks and shit like that. You could probably get it.
You got a 40 for $2, I think it was. So like you got $2, you got a 40.
Dude, he stole a 40. If you watch that scene, he fakes his injury there and he walks out with a 40.
Oh, no, because he says no, because he tells Smokey thanks. I think Smokey paid for it. Because that's why he said, "Come back and wash my car later." He was going to do it for the $2.
You better come back and wash my car too.
Yeah, because at first I thought he really stole it too. I was like, "Yo, this motherfucker just walked out with that 40 and no one said anything." They're like, "Yo, the buddy too." He's like, $150,000. He was like, "You know what? You give me $20." $150 grand to $20
for $20. You give me $10, I'll just leave right now.
No, that character, he had me rolling. That's a good character. It's like one of those characters, like they just threw him in there.
Every character in this movie makes just a role for themselves, and it's great.
Another funny thing, the fucking fake Janet Jackson. I look like Janet Jackson.
Oh, you looking more like Freddie Jackson.
Yeah, right. That dude, she pulled her fucking weave off, and he's like,
ever.
Come back here again.
Yeah.
That was fucking hysterical.
Oh my god.
She come over here talking about she looked like Janet Jackson, looking more like Freddie Jackson.
It was just the extraness of Chris Tucker's character was fucking hilarious as usual. Like the extraness, and it just worked so well in this film.
Oh, when he was seeing the head in the cupboard, he was tripping balls.
Oh yeah,
Craig. Yo, he was tripping so bad. Yo, that made me laugh too. He's like, "Oh, are you high, Craig? Are you?" And he's like, he sits up, he just goes like this with his arms, sits up straight, goes, "Do I look high now?" like it fixed the problem.
Where they're sitting on the couch.
Then he started tripping. He was like, I'll be right back. I'm going in the back. And he's washing his face. Oh, he's tripping shit.
What about he hears the dogs whining, the fucking or whatever. He just look at
I almost forgot the scene where Chris Tucker is talking about why he hates the Hispanic guy driving by. Yeah, and they the flashback to him smoking, and the guy tells him it's angel dust, and he's running down the street in his underwear. And then it's like they found me in the chicken coop. What the?
Chris, you guys are fucked up for doing that to
bro. I don't play that. No, none of my friends played that shit either. Fuck
yeah,
that.
It's not. They warned them. Like, listen, don't take that big of a hit. He's like, no, I know what I'm motherfucking doing. Chris Tucker shit. Taking a super hits is like.
Oh,
and they started to add on. That's how he got the shoulder twitch. Like, he's been doing that through the whole movie.
Yeah, I noticed it.
Yep.
Like they showed him doing that right before he told the story, and then for the rest of the movie, he was doing it.
Yeah,
he's a really good actor as far as like body acts, as far as like doing just like that, but making it look real natural. He's really good at that, and he's
like
very
physical. It's like physical comedy.
Yeah.
We talked the Janet Jackson, Freddie Jackson girl. I wrote down a quote that I loved, or a joke. where Chris Tucker's trying to get rid of her, and he's like, "Why don't you go get something to eat? I know you're hungry."
Yeah, definitely. That was a fat joke. You know, I died laughing. Listen, I laughed at that because I was like, "Oh shit!" Because you know
Dude,
what
she
a man.
responded with saying something like she already ate twice today or something. She just
Yeah.
ate twice or something like that.
Yeah. So fucking.
That was fucking funny.
Dude, and I love Ice Cube's dad just in this movie. Like he's a dog catcher that gets bit in the ass, and then he's watching a movie about a mailman running from a dog that gets bit in the ass.
And then starts cheering for the dog when he catches the mail.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, get him.
No, he's
Like, bite his ass.
John
Like,
Lithgow.
he's like, you fucked up.
Mhm.
Misery loves company.
Yeah. But he was
what
like,
about-
they also made him like he was a great father. Like he taught his son a lesson.
Yeah.
And that's true. Listen, I'm going to go by that. People need to watch Friday because that is 100% true. Quit with the fucking weapons. Go back old school.
With the
If you
hands.
got a problem, you fight with your fist.
And that's it.
What's up with the weapons and shit? Then
If
people go
talking
around,
doesn't work.
and people go around acting badass, like, yo, you see me drop that motherfucker? I'm like, dude, you fucking took his kneecaps out with a bat. If you fist fight, you would have got your ass kicked.
Yeah.
Well, what it is though is like what his father said. He was like, you kids are punks now because
Yeah,
you want to
you're
shoot someone.
punks. Exactly.
And
Like,
that's
be a man.
yeah.
Be a man.
If you lose, you get up, you go on another day.
Yeah, and you get respect. You have respect for each
You
other
know?
after that. At the very least.
I always thought I took that. That was a great life lesson out of this movie.
Boom, look at that.
It is surprisingly
No,
a
it
good
is.
life lesson.
I took that because it's true because people are afraid to get hit. So,
Yeah.
like, if you get there, like, listen, you'll live another day. You lose a fight, you might have a black eye, bloody
What?
nose. So what? It's pain for a few minutes, and you move on. At least you stood up for yourself.
Yeah, I would say even
Yeah.
more so. Like I haven't fought in fucking God knows how
Oh
long.
yeah, me either. Long ass time.
But it's like even more so when you're a grown man. That's like, yo, that's just fucking tiring. Like I don't got 2 minutes to be trying to spend fighting, or 30 seconds even to try to spend fighting, and then try to have to recuperate and heal. That's gonna take a lot more than high school days. It might take a day or two, or maybe a week max. It's gonna be like a month. Like shit.
No, now it's like when you're older, you're adult. It's more of like an argument, and then
Yeah.
you move on. You be pissed off. It
It's
hardly ever leaves physical.
it's aggressive yelling. You know what, motherfucker?
Yeah,
Pull your
motherfucker,
back
you're
out like
lucky. You're lucky I fuck you up.
Like
I'll
fuck.
see you tomorrow.
You pull your back out, just push your arm too far.
Yeah, I know, right? Your shoulder, you go back, you're like, oh fuck my
You
shoulder.
lucky I pulled my fucking shoulder out, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I almost forgot one scene that was cracking me up where Chris Tucker sneaks into the window when Debo is sleeping with
Yeah.
Felicia.
Oh,
with
And the dirty
skid roll,
drawers.
the fucking
He
skid marks.
he uses the straw to pick up the skid mark
Yep.
drawers.
Yep.
That was more than skid marks, man. That was
was-
a mess.
That
That
was
looked like he
that was a
fucking
track
shit
mess.
himself and it dried like he wore the same underwear for like fucking 3 weeks.
And then he drinks from the straw and sniffs it.
That's fucking funny.
Looks around. That was yeah.
That dude had surprise, surprise, here comes the crackhead. He's like, when he sees an open window.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
oh,
Like
man.
It's so loud. Hey.
Yeah, so stupid. Even though Debo would kill him. Fucking, I don't know, man.
and then of course they beat the kid on the bike finally. I thought that was a fun payoff.
yeah, about that time,
Yes.
that little fucker. Yo, the thing is, that's another thing. I had that little fucker on my street before. Like a kid like that will drive by and talk shit. He's on a bike. Then you talk shit, but as soon as you get off the stair, vroom, talk like take off. Oh, leave me alone, leave me alone. But then he's back the next day talking shit again.
Yep.
So I know that. I was like, man, I had someone like that, little motherfucker.
Oh, Friday Christmas.
Friday
Remember that.
Yeah, there was
I
a
liked
Christmas one.
Friday after next. I liked all three of them. I'm not gonna lie.
See,
This one
it
was my favorite.
started
Was
dying down.
the third one was a Christmas one?
Yeah,
It's called Friday after
I don't
next.
remember the. I don't
that's
remember
where.
the second.
So Chris Tucker's gone. A cousin came in. There was Ice Cube and the cousin.
8A.
Hey, there you go. 8A, thank you.
He comes
Was
in
it-
next Friday.
It was still funny. Like, so is this the second one? Was the My Little Mini Me, the fucking
Roach?
yeah, he talks about my
Chris's family, the Jokers.
yeah, where it's just the Sutton Warrior, the fucking dude. He's talking about. He names his dick.
Like an Aztec warrior or something.
Yeah, the okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Part 3, the Christmas one. Part 2 was funny. The third one, it started dying. There's still funny stuff in it, but it was kind of getting corny. Yeah.
I think all three are funny, and I think it goes in order is how I like them. Like the first one's an instant classic.
Yeah.
Wait, the third one's the one with the Mexicans with the dog?
No, that's part
Oh, that's the
two.
second one.
The
Okay.
Christmas one is the third one.
With you guys, and when they, your dog Chico.
Yeah.
Chico's my
Yo,
dude, bro.
that's some fucking pit bull chase them. They had to jump up in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That movie was fucking hilarious. Talking about
Yeah.
He got 20s. They're
Like they're 10s.
He's like 5 to 16. He's like, dude, they're 13s.
Like,
Like,
keep it clean, though. All the snap. Oh man, that shit was so fucking funny.
Yeah, that one was funny. But this is the classic. This is like the best one, of course.
Yeah, by far.
Yeah.
It's another
and
classic movie.
what I like about it is like you can, again, going across generations, going across races, you can, like, with any group of friends, you could be like sitting down having a beer, smoking, having some snacks or whatever, just throwing something on just to shoot the shit, having something on in the background. This is one of those films where you can kind of just enjoy it together, laughing, doing whatever, playing beer pong, even whatever the case may be. But you're gonna enjoy some parts, like, oh yo, ha, this fucking part, and this is that film, definitely. Friday.
There's another connection. Cult classics.
Yeah, they're both
Definitely.
cult classics. They hold up, man. Both
They
of
do.
these movies hold up. I gave them both an 8, and I stick by that.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sticking with my 2 for the other film. I just, I
what
tried.
did I give this one?
Huh?
What did I give this
I
one?
gave this one an 8, I believe.
All 3 of you guys gave it an 8
Yeah, we all.
across the board.
Yeah, and 7.5 for. I think I gave it 7.5 for the other one.
Yeah, you gave it a 7.5. Chris, Puerto Rican, gave it a 7.5, and Caucasian Chris gave it both films an 8.
Okay, double 8s.
Double 8s.
Oh,
It happens.
Yeah,
It fucking happens. So, I guess we could pull up our end of the show plugs. Horror Haven, go check that out. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, including YouTube, Facebook, all that great stuff. Go check out Horror Haven. Horror Gamer, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch. Go give that a look. Awesome gaming content. Awesome just horror content in general. He does a bunch of giveaways, so you might want to check that out. Also, go check out Dreams the Creator on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Dreams the Creator. He does a lot of cool shit. He's gonna have a lot of cool shit coming out down the pipeline. Like, he pushed him, telling him to drop shit, stop talking about it, just drop it. But he does videography, photography. He does classes for that stuff as well as edits, and he's gonna be dropping some dope content soon. So make sure you go check that out. Juan, Baby Joker.
My name is the Worst Damn Gamer Ever. You can catch me on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. Come catch me gaming tonight, actually, with Sturdy in a little while. Hit up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube as well. The Devil Made Me Do It, which is a serial killer podcast. Get your stories, get your spooks on, get into the mind of that twist. Any last words with Joe? She's got a dark world there for you. She's got cooking stuff. She's got reviews of movies and podcasts that goes on for days of content. Check her out on Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube as well. And so good at scary. This one's dope. Really dope too. If you have your own independent film project, you want us to review it, give us permission to do it live on a Tuesday or Thursday, you can do it by dropping it down there on Facebook and Instagram. And our boys, where?
Horror with Sir Sturdy. We are going to review it again, a half hour or less. You drop it on So Good It's Scary, and we will show it live and review it live, and then jump into our regular film review. So again, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays. We actually do have one coming up on Tuesday. I forgot what it was. The guy's name was Andrew. I guess we watched one of his films a while ago, so we're gonna do that again. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that. It's gonna be fun. I can't fucking wait. Thank you guys for watching and all that good shit. Also, the cinematic canon. I mean, shit, we did an episode earlier today. We're discussing doing an episode next Saturday at 2:00 Eastern time. That's gonna be like when we go live. That's probably gonna be like our official time is 2:00. So next Saturday at 2:00 Eastern time. I forgot the films we are doing.
They were French movies.
French movies, like French heist films. That's the theme.
I can't pronounce it. I'm not gonna try.
No, we're gonna. I'm actually going. I'm going to reach out to Kyle, and I'm going to send him both the titles, and then just have him like make a video and read it, and then that's going to be the intro of that episode. It's Kyle reading the intros because he can speak French and he can read that shit. So yeah, thank you, Kyle. We appreciate it. So yeah, check out the Cinematic Canon, and that's going to be on the Z Network, and that's also going to be on the Popcorn and Pints and Horror Star Study Facebook groups and pages, and the Z Network group and page, and YouTube channel on the Z Network. So yeah, go check that out, people. Yeah, thanks for popping by, and peace, peace, peace.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.